got a car approaching sideways.
Bottas took out both Red Bull cars.
He's pretty rude with Raikkonen there.
Oh dear, Roman Grosjean!
And the Monza race is underway. Lots of wheel spin there from Vettel. Surely Hamilton's got a good start. But so is Alonso. Three of them side by side. Alonso, and look at that, Hamilton and Vettel touching. And Massa fancies to look up the inside of Hamilton too. And Alonso leads the Italian Grand Prix. We've got a car approaching sideways. He takes two out with him. You've got to stay on the black bits. The green bits will not help you. And he was going straight to the scene of several other people's accidents right there. Totally caused all of that. And that, I think, is where Kobayashi got the damaged nose as well, as we watched complete carnage in the middle of the pack.
Great start by Eddie Irvine. Fielder, look at Fielder, and into the wall. Who was that?
Coulthard in the wall.
David Coulthard into the wall. Will stop the race.
They'll have to red flag
this. Terrible. Look, this is quite appalling. This is the worst start for a Grand Prix that I have ever seen in the whole of my life.
Somebody hit me from behind, then I hit another one in front, then I start spinning around and hit it, and it's just a nightmare because on these conditions we've learned on the past that we need the pace car to start.
It's lights out, away we go. That is a brilliant start from Maldonado. He's already passed Raikkonen, who's passed Kobayashi, was a bit sluggish. And there's Lewis Hamilton slewing into the wall. And oh dear, Roman Grosjean and Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton all coming to grief at La Source.
Grosjean comes across to cover Hamilton, who can't and won't yield. And I'm afraid, I've got to say, I think that's Grosjean's fault. So the two Saubers minding their own business and then get completely wiped out. That's a scary accident.
And it's lights out, away we go. Verstappen gets an excellent start. Sebastian Vettel will need to cover him off. Kimi Raikkonen on the inside, and he's crashed with Verstappen. He's hit Vettel as well. Raikkonen is out before the first corner, and he's gone into the Red Bull there as well. It's the second time this season Raikkonen and Verstappen have collided, and yes, Vettel going backwards. He is off and looks to be out of it too.
Vettel came across to cover Verstappen, and he had no idea that Raikkonen had such an incredible start.
I don't understand, when you're fighting for the championship and then try to be that aggressive in the start while Lewis is behind you quite comfortably. It's not, I think, the smartest move to do.
I had an average start, I think not ideal, a bit conservative, maybe too conservative in the beginning, then okay, and then I saw Max trying to chase down to the first corner, and the next thing I feel and hear is contact, and then that was it. I was still able to carry on, but the damage that happened at the start was making us stop.
Peterson was ahead of Reutemann with the rest of the pack in hot pursuit. But as Jody Scheckter exited Woodcut Corner, the McLaren got away from him. Vainly, he waved his arms in warning, but the gesture was pointless. It was the worst mass collision in Formula One history, and 8 cars were eliminated, and yet only one driver, Andrea Đadamic, was injured.
Great start by Montoya, but Ralf Schumacher's away well as also alongside him into the first corner, and one of the Ferraris has been left behind. It's Rubens Barrichello.
It's
massive accident. Luciano Berti rolls it. Luciano Berti got tangled up in a huge roll.
And there is the damage. Once again, Michael Schumacher out of this race in the first corner.
Feels a little bit like slow motion because I saw him, then I remember looking to the sky because of course the car was flying. I remember a little bit when I was upside down, and then I saw the barrier coming. I knew that was going to crash again, so I took my hands off the steering. It's not a very quick reaction that you get.
Barrichello has the crowd off their feet. He's into the lead from pole. Webber second. Raikkonen into third. Sutil fourth. Oh, collision there. McLaren, and that's Fisichella dancing onto the grass there.
I think Vettel was in, and Raikkonen's got a broken front wing. Webber moved over on him, and Kimi Raikkonen damaged front wing. He'll have to pit with that one. It's dangerous as much as anything, and losing an awful lot of performance. He's understeering all over the place.
Oh, there's problems there as well. That's Sutil, and there's a Toyota there. Was that Jarno Trulli? It is Jarno Trulli. So drama on the first lap here at the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Well, I don't know which bit of that Jarno Trulli thought was Sutil's fault. It looked more like Jarno's fault to me. He was coming down the outside. This is from on board. Alonso took a big wallop in that as well. So it's Alonso's car that was steaming at the top of the hill, not the Toyota. That looks like an overreaction to me from Jarno Trulli.
And the Monaco Grand Prix is underway. We get the launch from the line from Charles Leclerc. He's going to maintain the lead. Could be second place for Ferrari. They go side by side with Piastri and Sainz duking it out. But the Australian driver kept second place. The top four, the top five as they were, as Leclerc gets the launch that he needed. But is that a problem? Is that an issue? Looks like the sparks out of the back of the car for Sainz. He has got a problem. He's off and he's out. Oh, that's a big crash that we didn't see further back. Most important thing to see. Look, no front left, no front right. But Perez, thankfully, out of the car and a huge amount of debris.
This is the touch then for Sainz. Oh, it's a little one, but just carbon fibre there of the edge of the floor for Piastri, and Sainz knows he's got a puncture immediately.
Oh, my word, that is a massive accident.
Yeah, big crash, and thankfully all of the drivers able to get out of their cars.
That is Esteban Ocon chancing one at Portier. The two Alpines come together.
What did he do? What did he do?
Nice start from Coulthard. Great start from Schumacher. Schumacher second. Schumacher has passed Mika Häkkinen already. And is going for the lead and off goes on. Now they're going to stop the race, no doubt about that at all. Well, it's one of the Benettons.
I think it's Wirtz.
Now here's a replay. You see Coulthard leading. There is Schumacher behind, but look back, and you can see that as Wirtz goes over the curb, and behind him was Jean Alesi. There is the Prost of Jarno Trulli, and they're inextricably tangled together. Here it is again from Alesi's point of view, and to the right is Eddie Irvine. And oh, that was the problem. The Jordan stalled, didn't get away, and that caused a kerfuffle as they came into the first corner.
I think what happened, Murray, is Wirtz has obviously come in here miles too fast. You see him coming from the left there. He just hit Alesi. The car's turned over twice.
This is what we've all come to Silverstone for. The British Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. Sainz gets away well, as does Lando Norris, as does Lewis Hamilton, who's already ahead of Charles Leclerc, and Max Verstappen into Abbey, takes the lead ahead of Carlos Sainz, and at the back that's George Russell out of this race.
Yeah, there's marks on the rollover.
I think it's Joe Guan Yu who's also involved with this. There's the initial content. That's where the car then is upside down onto the gravel, and then it flips and tries to right itself, and as it does so, that's by the barriers, and then it goes over the tyre barrier and into the catch fencing. So here is Alex Albon now, and he gets the tap. Nothing he could do, sent into the barriers, just avoids Daniel Ricciardo. Esteban Ocon then, nothing he could do about it. He's already on the grass trying to get past the AlphaTauri, sees all the locks up, puts his brakes on, and then he's heading to the scene of an accident at just the wrong time.
It was Ayrton Senna who made the best start down into that first corner. Senna leading from Prost, Nannini and Nigel Mansell. But then there was drama. Mauricio Guzman locked up, launched himself off Thierry Boutsen's rear tyre and slid upside down off the track. There was chaos, drama and a number of other phenomenal avoidances, including Jonathan Palmer and René Arnoux, both of them out of the race. Nigel Mansell with a damaged rear wing and stationary on the circuit.
Yeah, I mean, I was very angry because the first start, I mean, you're going into the first corner, everything is okay, and the next thing is you get hit on the back of the head by your own car because someone hits you very, very hard.
Berger looks as though he's hanging fire a bit. And there's straight into the wall. The race will be stopped. But look at that. The car's all over the place. And that is Mika Häkkinen again. I say again. And that is Mark Blundell. Oh my goodness. Mark Blundell and Mika Häkkinen straight out. There are at least 5 cars involved in that start line incident for the German Grand Prix.
Lights out and away we go, and Hamilton does get away very well indeed. Bottas doesn't. Verstappen's already nearly alongside him, and there goes Lando Norris down the inside. It is Hamilton ahead of Verstappen. Bottas has dropped 3 or 4 places, and there's Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, and Max Verstappen, I think, has gone tumbling down the order. Yeah, Max Verstappen has got caught out with that. We can see it once again. It's Valtteri Bottas who loses it under braking.
Absolutely, he just brakes way too late and causes the entire mess.
On board now with Valtteri Bottas.
And he made contact with both Red Bulls there.
Bottas took out both Red Bull cars. Look at this.
Oh, just arriving far too quickly into the scene, Lance Stroll.
Fantastic start by one of the Beatles. Ralph Schumacher challenges Barrichello. Michael Schumacher's got a poor start, but Ralph is motoring into second place, and he hits Rubens Barrichello. Huge accident. Oh my goodness. Rubens rear wings off. There goes Ralph Schumacher. And I think they're going to have to restart it. There's an absolute yes. And one of the Bennett's on fire. That's Jenson Button, Martin.
Total carnage. It started with Ralph hitting the back of Barrichello, flying into the air, and then everybody shunting behind in sympathy.
You know, it's another racing incident. You never, I mean, I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. He just tried to defend his position without thinking what he was doing.
The Japanese Grand Prix at Fuji will be go. Hamilton on the right, Raikkonen on the left. Here comes Kovalainen on the attack, and immediately Raikkonen takes the lead. Kovalainen does a great job defending for Hamilton, who blocks his brakes. He's pretty rude with Raikkonen there, pushing him right to the edge, and the two Ferraris almost make contact with each other. What an extraordinary start to the Grand Prix. There goes one of the Red Bulls, a big impact, a huge impact for David Coulthard. I hope he's okay, he's moving in the car.
Let's have a look at this replay then. Hamilton didn't get off the line well. He pushes his own teammate wide, and then I think he almost got caught out there by so deep into the corner, probably looking at his teammate, and somewhere in there then Coulthard is going to come across the Williams of Nakajima, and there it is. The right rear suspension of David Coulthard already broken before he hits the wall, so that was earlier contact.